do like wacky sound effects.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us here at the Dark Side in Sarasota, Florida. I am Paul. There's Rose back there.
Woohoo!
Lost my train of thought already. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, it's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
We're going to go over some new books that we read, and then we've got some new old books that we haven't done either before or in a while, because I came across some duplicates that we used to sell, and now we got more.
It's brand new to you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. If this is your first time joining us, which is unlikely, there's a link below. Fill that out. We invoice right after the show, unless you're local, which obviously you can pick them up at your convenience.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but if you're not, it's $9.99 flat rate shipping.
$9.99 flat rate shipping.
And we do sort of a build-a-box thing. Like I hold on to stuff for people.
Yeah, if you want to build up a stack over a couple weeks watching the show, that's perfectly fine, and we can ship them out all at once, save you on shipping.
Yeah, easy peasy for our friends.
Yeah.
Any news to talk about since Saturday? Well, we did a Labor Day show.
We did a Labor Day show on the Comic Book Shopping Network.
On the network.
Which was really good. It went well. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Christian was able to join us. It was good. It was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't know. You and I saw Shang-Chi.
We
liked
Shang-Chi.
it.
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of fun. Great action.
Great
yes. Surprise villain.
That you were so excited about.
I was giddy.
Yeah. You said I kept making noise like during, but I saw a lot of happiness coming from you. Yeah.
It was exciting. Very obscure Marvel character.
Yeah. That was good. And then, Only Murderers in the Building, which I'm loving.
Yes, the Steve Martin Short show on Hulu.
Oh my god, it's very my wheelhouse.
Yes.
Like that second episode with like the theater stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Martin Short goes into his like mind
palace.
Yeah, and he's
his mind theater.
His mind theater.
Loved it.
So good. So good.
I don't know if there's really much else to say.
Yeah.
About nerd stuff. CM Punk is back.
CM Punk is back.
Who cares? No, I'm kidding. Good for him.
Back and killing it.
Hopefully not.
Well,
oh gosh,
he's a big nerd.
So is this one.
Hi, Christian.
Hi, bud.
Well, CM Punk, one of his catchphrases is "It's clobbering time," and the other is "I'm the best in the world at what I do," which is Wolverine.
Yes, what it is very nice.
His first job was at a comic book store.
Hey, hope for us. We're going to be
the
pro
best
wrestlers
in the world
in our mid to late 30s/40s. Yeah. People do that. Sure.
Diamond Dallas Page started when he was in his late 30s.
Beautiful. There's still time.
Yes. Let's move on from wrestle talk. And let's look at the books. We got some number ones this week. Of course, you guys know us. We don't really lean towards the Marvel and DC books too much. There were some new ones, like there's a new Kazar. So if you like Kazar, check it out. Batman started the Fear State storyline, which I read the one shot leading into it, which was really good. Batman doing like scary stuff is always good.
Yeah, but there were just too many books.
Yeah.
There were a lot of books this week.
There weren't a lot of books. There was more indie books than mainstream books that intrigued me. And we're going to start off with a new one from Vault. Dead Box #1. Dead Box as in Red Box. It's a machine that has movies no one's ever heard of. And it's kind of set up as an anthology series framed around this girl working at her family's convenience store. She's a college girl back in town, minding the shop while her dad is ill. And it's like her working the shop and dealing with her dad is the framing device, and like the meat of the story is a particular movie. And this one was like a weird sci-fi movie where humans make contact with aliens,
yeah.
and then like it takes 50 years for the one chosen human to get to the alien world, and the aliens are all excited, and then they're just like, nope, go away.
Well, because after 50 years
50
alone,
years alone,
the guy is absolutely nuts and disgusting, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, we don't want this anymore.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty much like the setup for the series, which is fun.
Yeah,
Each issue is going to be a different movie.
hopefully. I think that'd be really cool.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I'm gonna keep reading it.
Me too.
So that's written by Mark Russell, who
Mhm.
also wrote the next book, Not All Robots.
Huh.
Huh. It's
It's
weird.
like I knew that.
It's like you knew it. You didn't read this.
I did not.
I read this because
Mhm.
I very much liked the first issue,
Right.
and I very much liked this issue as
Mhm.
well. It's really, really funny, but kind of in a like post-ironic, like sardonic kind of way.
Okay.
Like, well, the world's kind of going to hell. You might as well laugh about it, type of a thing. If that makes sense.
Okay.
It's
Sounds
again
good to me.
just an allegory on toxic masculinity and the not all men type thing, but this time it's not all robots, because robots are everywhere,
Mhm.
and you think they're good, but then some of them aren't, and then what does that mean? I don't know. It's it's really, really good.
Okay.
And understanding like how they're using the metaphors of these different interactions that they have to see how real people interact with each other.
Sounds good. I'm gonna read it when it's done.
Yeah, I'm really, really liking it.
The next up is Last Flight Out, which I really enjoyed. It's basically a better version of the movie 2012, where they have these giant. It's the end of the world, and there's these giant ships taking people off planet. But this is climate change destroyed the world, and they've spent all these years working on this program to build these arcs. And
They're reaching day zero.
day zero on the last arc, and the man who created these has to go find his daughter, who he has neglected her whole life
Because he's been focused on
because
this
he's
project.
been trying to save the humanity.
And she's in Chicago, which apparently is a war zone.
Yes,
Which is fair.
right. Yeah, it's like they're just like, we're not going to Chicago.
Yeah, it's been months of martial law everywhere, and and it's also
There's more allegory of there's like it's a hoax.
all these people who decide to stay because they're
Mhm.
like it's not actually
Yeah,
true,
It's
and
fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked that. It was like a Twitter page.
Yeah, there was a full page of like Twitter comments, and like the secretary general's just like,
Please.
it's not a hoax. Like
Please.
we're taking as many people as we can. Like,
But I mean, I think that's incredibly realistic.
Yeah.
I liked it. It is a lot like 2012, and so I liked it. It was cinematic.
it moves pretty quickly. Like it starts like 30 years in the past, and then like with the girl being born, and then like the passing of the mother, and like there's time jumps, and then you're like present day, which is 2050 something.
But I told Paul, like, they're gonna option this for Netflix. I can't imagine they wouldn't. Like, it's very easy to see it translate to screen.
It's very good, very, very good. I'm definitely going to be sticking with it. Next up, 6 Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton. Still fun.
Still fun. I love it.
Still hilarious.
It's pretty good. It's
Good mystery going on.
slake your thirst. It's still tons of fun. So these 6 sidekicks of Trigger Keaton, who've all had very different lives, they come together because Trigger Keaton, an absolute jerk hat of a person, has
An absolute Chuck Norris.
Absolutely Chuck Norris has been murdered, or was it suicide? Who knows? But each issue has featured like one of the sidekicks' relationships with him, and this one, which is the guy with the gun on the cover, he was like a former NFL player, but then went on a TV show with Trigger Keaton, and it was called Frankenstein and Frankenstein, a paranormal police procedural type thing. But people were saying that it was like the best, like television show ever to be made. I don't know.
That's funny. I'd watch it.
It's just a lot of fun. They do a lot with the space on the page. Like there's this one part where this stunt woman gets in a fight with like 12 ninjas because yeah. So there's main story going along, right. And then along the borders, it's all these little vignettes of her like in this battle, and it's just fun.
That's really cool.
I loved it.
Yeah, I like the first 2 issues. I'll read it when it's complete.
Reminds me a little bit of Outer Darkness in its style.
Okay, that's cool. Outer Darkness is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable Unteens #2 by Jeff Lemire, spinning out of the Black Hammer world, or as they say, the world of Black Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
I only read Black Hammer books when they're done, because I get too eager because they're so good. So I have to wait till they're finished to read the whole story.
Mm.
So I haven't been reading it. Rose has been enjoying it.
Yeah, I like it. I'm really waiting for it to take off, though, because I have high expectations of Mr. Lemire. It's enjoyable so far in like this. It's this group of kids who were basically like the Teen Titans or anything like that.
Teen Titans, New Mutants.
All of those way back when, and none of them remember that. And then one triggers the memory of the other, and then they're like, we have to go find each other. And
spoilers.
That's like the general concept of it. My favorite part are the parts where it goes back to like what they were like as adventurers, and it's very old school comics where a lot of thought bubbles of complete sentences.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Have you read any of the other main Black Hammer stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I read the first trade.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to pick up.
Rose read more books than I did this
week. Read so many.
She read Black Manta #1. How was it?
Fine.
That's fair. That's best you can ask for from DC these days.
No, it's he's a pretty. They bring a lot of nuance to his character, and it's him trying to get revenge on somebody who stole something from him, and he doesn't care who gets in his way, including civilians.
Right.
And so there is this one line where he's talking with a woman, and she's like, you're the one who taught me how to kill, but not with impunity. And has that changed, kind of a thing. I was like, oh, okay. That's pretty cool. But he fights a guy who's even worse than him.
Are they trying to turn him into an anti-hero?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's lame. Swamp Thing also came out this week, but I didn't read it because I'm a couple issues behind, and I just buy them anyway.
Yeah.
But Swamp Thing, it's been so good.
So good.
One of my favorite books of this week, Cinnamon #2, which we also have #1, which are actually sold out of #2. This particular copy is not for sale, but we have 8 more coming. Hopefully they show up tomorrow. This has just been my favorite book since its release.
That's all.
If you read issue 1, you know how fun it can be. Mm-hmm. Issue 2 is just as fun. It's a bit more chaotic. There's a death laser from above that is attacking the cat, and it's laser pointer, but from the cat's perspective, it's like the flaming character. It's just like an angry beam of light that's like taunting him. You can never catch him.
So this book it's 2 stories. It's it's one story from 2 perspectives. It's a woman with her cat, just playing with her cat.
It's a young woman and her cat.
And then the other perspective is the cat.
Yes. Who
is her own hero.
Yes. And the cat's badass. Leather
so
jacket.
Cool. With spikes
motorcycle.
In it. Yeah. And her owner is like her mortal enemy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so cute and it's funny. Cool thing, and I don't know if she did anything in the back of the first issue, but the second issue, the last page has like a little like art tutorial on like how to get like the softness.
That was really neat.
Yeah.
It made me think of you. I was like, oh, I hope he knows that. And then I realized that you don't do digital art.
I don't.
But it was cool.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Yeah. I like it.
Let's move on to The Me You Love in the Dark by Scotty Young.
Mm-hmm. I would say that's my book of the week.
Yeah?
Even above Not All Robots.
It's issue number 2.
Mm-hmm. And we have issue number 1. We have second printing of issue number 1.
No, we don't.
We have 1.
Do we?
Because I accidentally took it home last night.
Well, we received a couple of them, but they were all damaged.
Oh, yeah. Fine. That's fair. Anyway.
We will be getting reprints of number 1.
Yeah. I really like it.
Yeah.
I really, really like it.
I like the premise. I just haven't. I missed number 1, and
yeah, this lonely artist meets a lonely ghost.
I've been there.
But yeah, she has artist's block and rents this creepy old house.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've been there.
A being in the house starts talking to her, and she's really freaked out at first, but then it seems to be quite polite. And she gets comfortable with it, but then at the end of this issue, it's like, ooh, I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know.
It's good.
Okay. I'll try to get caught up.
I really liked it.
Last Book You'll Ever Read, issue number 2 from Cullen Bunn. I really liked it. This is a slower issue than the first one, but it still feels like John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness, where people are devolving into monstrous, violent, vulgar entities.
You guys see those eyes?
Yeah. It's like everyone has gone mad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, the whole concept is, there's the civilized you and like the wild, like untamed, like caveman, just like
hedonistic.
Yeah. And like, given to your temptations and sort of thing. So it's well written. I think it might be the smartest thing I've read from him.
Also, not for kids.
Oh yeah, no, it's not for kids. I was going to say nothing he writes is for kids, but he does have a kids book, which we've got in stock. The Ghoul Next Door. But yeah, I really like it. I like to see. I'm looking forward to where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, it turns into pure chaos and the whole world devolves into darkness.
Maybe the splash page that they did for the preview of the next issue, like from that perspective, was pretty cool.
Yes, very cool. Deadpool Black, White, and Blood, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Fun Deadpool anthology series.
Yeah, I liked it. It's a feast for the senses if you like black, white, red.
Yes.
Lots of violence as per Deadpool. I don't read a lot of Deadpool just because it's like the character is so pervasive. I don't need to read more about him to know more about him.
You can watch him in gin commercials.
Yeah. Or
phone commercials.
Incredibly violent, like really, really violent stuff.
Good.
And I guess that's just his day to day. But some of the stuff that they were putting on there, like for a second, it made me think like this is like what 12-year-olds read.
Yeah, like there's no like mature like for adults that on here.
Yeah, I mean,
well, it's parental advisory. Being
like ripped apart, like intestines everywhere, like shooting himself in the head, like all this kind of stuff. It's quite a lot.
Yeah.
So this is 3 stories, just like the first one was.
Yeah.
The first one featuring the Purple Man.
Yay.
And it was the stuff that the Purple Man made him do was pretty horrific.
Yeah.
But it's funny because it's like you have the Purple Man who's like all like sibilant, like kind of oozy evil kind of a thing. Because I can't not imagine David Tennant in it now. Yeah. And he's like, "You're gonna do this," and Deadpool's like, "Yeah, okay, boss, okay." And he's just like so cheery. It's the juxtaposition was fun.
That's good. That's good. Deadpool's fun. Another number one, The Search for Hugh. I really enjoyed this. I think this is really, really well written. I think it flows really well, and there's some good action in it. It is. I actually forgot the main character's name. Is it Andre?
I don't remember.
But
no, Alexei was the other guy.
You're right. It turns out he is. His mother is the product of a Chinese Jewish gang and a traditional Chinese gang, and she fled their gang war to America. And then the issue pretty much starts off with her and her husband getting gunned down outside of their restaurant. And she's like, they're both alive so far. But she comes clean about her past and her history. And he's just like, he's a Marine. And he's just like, all right, well, I'm going to take care of this. And he contacts his buddy from the Marines, and they go to China. They're like, we're going to settle this.
Yeah.
It's really good.
A lot happens in that issue.
A lot happens, and it's, like I said, it's really well written, so it's just like the dialogue is good,
and
so it just flows really well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next.
Yeah. This is my book of the week. Jeff Lemire's Maze Book #1. I am just a sucker for Jeff Lemire. And when it's a personal story like this, like that's when he's at his best. Like he does, like Black Hammer is amazing, and like all of his stuff he does for Marvel and DC is like amongst their best things of the past decade. But like this story of like loss, it's about a man who has lost. We don't know anything about his wife, but he lost his daughter, and it's just him reflecting on how nothing matters anymore. He finds comfort in the day-to-day routine, so he doesn't have to think. And just by the end of the book, he gets a phone call, and his daughter is obsessed with mazes, like doing mazes, and he gets a phone call and is like, "I'm stuck in the middle of the maze." It's just. And his artwork is just so haunting.
But it's also the assumption through the issues that like she's dead.
Yes.
Like so, there's that.
Right.
Then he gets a phone call from her.
Yes. Did I not make that clear when I said he lost his daughter?
Well, I said, well, you know.
Okay.
Just really hammering that in.
Jeff Lemire handles pathos very, very well, and his artwork is just so good. It's the abstract expressionist like. It's gorgeous.
I think you make a very good point about focusing on the day-to-day so you don't let your problems catch up with you, kind of thing.
Yeah. Can't relate to that at all, huh?
Nope. But it definitely evokes that sense with him.
Yeah.
And
he's just a beaten down guy. He just wants to keep going.
Just like everything he does, it's just super wholesome and cheery. Just makes you feel great.
He does a lot of fun stuff. But it's like these personal books. Like the first thing he wrote was a book called Lost Dogs. And it's really good. It's about this giant hulking man who like he also lost his wife and daughter, and like he can't find his place in the world. And
yeah,
good times.
Reading all those last night, I went through many emotions.
Yeah, well, I was saying before we started, like, there's not a lot of fun up here. Like, Cinnamon is fantastic. Deadpool is always fun, but, like, and Six Sidekicks is lighthearted, but, man, there's a lot of gloom up here this week.
And I thought Not All Robots was really funny, but that's just because I like that kind of humor.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Well, then.
Those were the new books.
Yes. Like I said, we will be getting more Cinnamon #2s. We have more Cinnamon #1s. If you need some fun in your life, that's the book to read.
Yeah, yeah, I'm going to collect those and get them to Alex because I know she'll love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alex will love them. Well, let's move on to some back issues.
Let's do that.
These are really in no order other than how I sorted it how I found them.
Yeah. We like a little chaos here.
Yeah. Looks like we've got a couple Tales of Suspense. Got issue 97, the first appearance of Whiplash.
That doesn't look like Mickey work at all.
Sure it does.
I would have preferred that.
If this was in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I liked about WandaVision was like those Halloween costumes they brought back, and I was like, oh, that's kind of nice.
We've got Tales of Suspense number 82, Introduction to Adaptoid.
Mm-hmm. Not super. Just
Not
regular.
the super Adaptoid. No. This is a fun one. Ninja Turtles number 3, second printing.
I didn't know you got that.
Mm-hmm. New Mutants number 1, the third appearance of the New Mutants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've had this a couple of times, and then it goes.
Yeah.
Get it? It goes again.
This is one we had a slightly less good version of this a while back. The Spectre number 8. Look at that wonderful cover.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had a 5 or a 6 before, but this is pretty nice. Love that cover.
And
I don't know why we keep getting number 8. Like we get number 1 and 2 every once in a while, but like the other
8 just keeps popping up.
Yeah. Detective Comics number 471, the first modern appearance of Hugo Strange, and I know you love that cover. The ripping of the flesh.
Blah.
You.
Yeah.
All right. Marvel 2-in-1, number 2 annual. The second death of Thanos.
That guy dies twice. That's crazy. That never happened. What is he just like tossing Spider-Man?
Yeah.
There wasn't enough just throwing people around in the movies.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the new What If came out today.
Oh yeah, I'm always a day behind on those. It's a good one.
I liked it.
Who is it?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Tales of Suspense 99. The last issue of Tales of Suspense of the original run.
Mm-hmm.
Issue 100 becomes Iron Man.
They said, "Go away, Captain America."
Mm-hmm. This one's for Christian. Punisher kills the Marvel Universe.
But anybody can buy it. Just throwing that out there because he probably
Christian has like 6 copies of this.
Yeah.
This is the first time Garth Ennis writes the Punisher.
Oh,
Isn't that exciting? The best writer of the Punisher.
Oh, you think?
Oh, I know. Amazing Spider-Man number 200.
Who's that there?
Spider-Man?
Oh.
Spider-Man?
Okay. Well, so from that, it looked like just a character in black.
Well, hidden behind the thing is the man who killed Uncle Ben.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You know what happens in this book?
Revenge.
Well, let's just say. This one is awesome, but it sucks.
Oh, okay.
This is iconic Steranko artwork.
Mm-hmm.
The back cover is completely off. It's there. We have it. It's in the package. But it's completely off. That alone drops us down to a 2. Even at like a 3, it's like another $100.
Oh. So you're saying if somebody can just glue it back on and all of a sudden it's a 6 again?
Sure.
They've made tons of money.
But I mean, the cover alone is worth it.
That is really cool.
Like, that is, as I said, iconic.
God, he went through so many pants.
This is a fun one. Spider-Girl number 0. This reprints What If number 105, her first appearance.
Hey. And then offshoots, and then she's a beloved character.
She's a legitimate character.
I like those, they just throw some stuff at the walls, and then sometimes things stick.
Yep.
Oh, Brian wants that Hulk.
Do you, Brian?
I don't know.
He made it.
I don't know.
He said something earlier, and I was like, "What's going on the show?" And then you walked away.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll leave it up for a minute.
Yes. Well, if nobody buys it,
yeah. But we want our
says the man who doesn't collect anymore. What's that?
I don't know. Wonderful. But yeah, What If was pretty good. It was...
Yeah, I was under the impression they weren't going to introduce them till the end of the series.
Yeah, me too. But I very much liked it.
I look forward to having time to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe tomorrow night.
Okay. So yeah, we've featured a couple of these before. Like we've definitely have that Adaptoid. We've had New Mutants. We've had the Spectre one.
Yep.
But and we've had the last Tales of Suspense. But some of these we haven't seen before.
This is true.
So what's Hugo Strange doing to his face?
He was wearing a mask and he's ripping it off.
Okay.
I presume he's actually just ripping his flesh off.
Yeah, we started the Black Label really early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's really nice. Oh, it's always nice coming across reprints of Ninja Turtles because, like, I mean, people still want them.
Absolutely. I love the Turtles. I think Blindsight's one of my favorite stories, like comic stories ever.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, just like what they do with that. Well, it was kind of similar in the vein of there's that one Hawkeye issue where I know.
That one Hawkeye issue that we're all so familiar with.
Where he's deafened and like most of the issue is like there's no dialogue in it and there's like ASL and like symbology and stuff like that. It's just a different perspective, I guess. I like that one a lot.
All right, well, let's look at some more.
Yeah, we got tons of fun.
Get out of the way. We've got Marvel Magazine Group presents Bizarre Adventures.
What in the world?
It's got some black and white stories featuring those three. I think it's 3 different stories.
Phoenix, Nightcrawler.
Yes. That grew out of Marvel Presents or Marvel Previews. This one not secret. Whatever. Captain America 241. The First Battle with the Punisher.
I don't know how Christian can respect those white boots.
How can you not? He keeps himself clean. What would a show be without X-Force number 2? I almost put another Lethal Protector
in,
but I figure we just did that one. This is definitely one we haven't had before. Witchblade #1.
Ooh. At a 9?
At 9.
That's pretty good.
Captain America #133. The Origin of MODOK.
Is this like first origin? Yeah.
Yeah. Captain America 168. This one, I was really excited about this one.
Okay, tell me why.
Well, first off, it's graded out of 3. I don't know if you can see the rough shape the spine is in.
Yeah.
Causing the cover to be loose. There's a little chip right here. But, Rose, are you familiar with the Mark Jeweler inserts?
Let's say I'm not.
So back in the 70s, like, there isn't an official percentage, but like a small percentage of Marvel and DC books would get jewelry store inserts, Mark Jewelers to be specific, and they would be distributed around military bases for the soldiers to, like, buy wedding rings and engagement rings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So those intact make each book worth more. So this should be, in its condition, a $20 book, but this has that Mark Jewelers insert jumping it up to $50. And it is the first time I have personally ever seen one.
That's neat.
It is neat.
That is super neat.
It's just really sad that it's not in like a $1,000 book.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you set the prices.
$1,000. This is a fun one.
You buy that book for $1,000, we'll give you the whole rack.
John Byrne's Next Men #1. Not really worth anything. It's in perfect condition, but this is a series that introduced Hellboy. Next Men number 23, 21, 23, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I own it. Bragging.
Is it bragging? If it's just you sharing your joy with our audience?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Another Tales of Suspense #73. Iron Man's fighting some sort of knight. Is it a Black Knight? I don't know. It looks like it.
See, I don't ever brag. I just make statements about my life, and they just sound really cool.
Enthusiastically stating things.
And they just sound really cool. They're like, oh, that's a brag. It's like, no, that's just how my life is.
Blue Beetle #1. I believe this is the first DC Blue Beetle post-Crisis.
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
This is also becoming a standard. How many of these did they make?
We just really, really don't like a lecture around here.
We don't. We enthusiastically sell this book. Take that, nachos.
Electric nachos.
Electric nachos. Detective Comics 256. The 500th issue of Batman.
There are so many Batmans.
So many Batmans. And just think, last year we hit or 2 years ago, we hit the 1,000, or 1,026th, 500 after this.
So many Batmans.
So many Batmans. One would say there's too many Batmans.
Well, now there are with the Bat family. Can't keep track of all of them.
Detective 479. The second appearance of the third Clayface. It's been, 5 Clayfaces?
Or have they all been the same one?
Dun, dun, dun. No.
Oh.
I think 2 of them got married.
Oh, and so they're like, we don't need to be villains anymore?
Detective 470, the first Silver St. Cloud, love interest of Bruce Wayne.
I assume that's not her?
That is not her. That is the second appearance. Here's the first appearance of Phosphorus Man. We have had these before.
Mm-hmm. You're a fan of Phosphorus Man.
Of course. How could I not be?
I don't know.
Although I don't know how his hair is still there. He still has hair.
Filaments.
Filaments. His hair just turns to filaments.
Yeah.
We do have 2 of those. Alright, we're hitting some Daredevil here, and these I think I might be able to put in order. Yes. Daredevil number 26. A wonderful stilt man. Oh, Eric. Brian is referring to the king size special. Daredevil number 38. That great Doom cover.
We were just saying the other day, like, just Doom is just, it's got great covers.
Doom does have great covers. He's got a good agent. Daredevil 44. I think that's the Jester in the skyline there.
Mm-hmm. I believe it might be.
Then we've got Daredevil 52 featuring Black Panther.
What do you notes on that?
Just the Black Panther's in it, and Barry Windsor Smith did the art.
Okay.
And we've got Daredevil 53, retelling of the origin. Also, return to the great Gene Colan contributing.
Mm-hmm. That yellow outfit too.
Just gonna grab my drink while you guys take a look at this. Let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah. How do you sleep at night, you shill?
Such a cold drink.
So I am not familiar with these Bizarre Adventures. Please explain more.
Bizarre Adventures, actually, I think it started with issue 20-something, but it was previously Marvel Preview.
Mm-hmm.
And they're magazine-sized anthology stories.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
So not
black and white artwork.
Maybe not necessarily like overly bizarre.
Depends on your take of the bizarre. If you think that a person turning to ice isn't bizarre.
Well, I just think like after you've read, I assume somebody has read X-Men and then they see this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like your baseline is already pretty skewed.
Right. Sure.
Mm.
But for the rest of society, a woman with the power of a bird, a magic space bird.
Magic space
That's pretty
bird.
bizarre.
Hi, Eric. Thank you so
Hi,
much.
Eric.
We hope you're having a good day. And yeah, we've not featured that Witchblade.
Nope.
Which
just discovered that. I don't think any of the ones that we have up here are things that we've actual physical issues we've had in the past. These are like newly discovered ones that we just happen to have had in the past.
I got you.
Nice.
We've got a fair amount of not cheesecake per se, but like Witchblade, tarot, some stuff like that.
So we have some tarot.
I don't know. I haven't heard anybody really ask for it.
Every once in a while you get somebody who really likes those 90s image books.
And then you have X-Men. I think I read X-Men. I think that was at an age where I was just like grabbing anything I could, and I had no understanding of quality.
Yeah. Well, if you had issue 14, that was the first cameo appearance of Hellboy in comic books, because he's on a poster in the background. Then he shows up in issue 21, 23, I forget. One of those two. Whichever one, I own it.
Okay.
Need to get that off to CGC.
Oh, is it nice?
Oh, it's beautiful.
There we go. I'm looking. I want to know. You have 21. Well, okay. Do you want to stick on this stack a bit, or do you want to move on?
We can move on. Let me get rid of the old stuff that apparently nobody wants.
I guess. That's fair.
All right. The people on Saturday will buy them all.
Yep. That's how that works.
All of them.
Yuck.
We're gonna count Brian claiming that one as a sale, even though he already owns it technically.
No, it's helping us keep the lights on.
All right.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Brian Alman wants Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle. All right.
You got it, bud.
There we go.
Stop the presses.
And Brian, I will get that cinnamon set aside for you as well. As soon as it comes in.
All right.
All right. Back to gosh darn it. All right. Doctor Strange number 173. We've definitely had this one before. Baklava.
No.
What is it?
Balaclava.
Baklava. That's what I said.
Yeah. Hey, get that one and the Spectre.
Oh yeah. Two big green faces. Chunk of Daredevils here. I just went through all the Daredevils.
Well, now there's more.
Shucks.
The people want Daredevil.
Well, how about Daredevil number 9? All the way back to number 9.
Wow.
Featuring art by Wally Wood, most well known for doing EC comics.
Didn't somebody on the show on Monday ask for very early Daredevil?
Yes.
As in sub 10?
Yes, 10 and under. Yep.
So
if they happen to be following through from Monday, there it is.
Let's look that up.
Well then, Daredevil 165, the first Frank Miller co-plotted story. He's well on his way of taking over. 169, the second appearance of Elektra. That maniacal bullseye.
I don't like him smiling like that. I don't like that at all.
Well, we've got 141, the third appearance of Bullseye. Not as intimidating. He's more old man yelling at youths.
Old man yells at cloud.
We got 105. This is the issue where Madam McEvil stops hanging out with the Hamburglar fighting Ronald McDonald and becomes Moondragon. That's my headcanon for her.
Okay. Sure.
She used to hang out and steal hamburgers. Daredevil 163. Beware the Hulk. Daredevil 174, the first appearance of the Hand.
Well, that's pretty big.
It is. Without the Hand, we wouldn't have Ninja Turtles.
We would not.
Before I find any more Daredevils before I move on. Alright, moving on. Well, hey, speaking of Ninja Turtles, we've got Archie's first ongoing, Ninja Turtles number 1. There was a 3-issue mini-series that they put out prior to this, which I believe was an adaptation of the movie. Or was it an adaptation of the cartoon? I think it was the movie.
Depends on what year it was, then I could tell you that. I don't recall. It was a movie.
Ultimate Spider-Man number 152, featuring Black Cat.
Was that J. Scott Campbell?
J. Scott Campbell.
He does the thing. He does it pretty well.
Web of Spider-Man number 18, second cameo appearance of Eddie Brock. And lastly for this shelf, we've got the one-shot Silver Surfer, written by Stan Lee, drawn by John Byrne of Next Men fame.
Hey.
Got a couple copies, 2 at an 8, 1 at a 7.
That web, who? Second appearance of who?
Eddie Brock.
Right. Otherwise known as Topher Grace.
Yes.
Never felt threatened by
him. I've recently come to the realization that I don't like Topher Grace. At all. Like, I'm sure he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But as like a entertainer, like, I've never liked him.
Huh.
There's like a smugness to him.
Okay, I get that, sure.
Like, he thinks he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What have you seen him in other than that 70s show and Spider-Man 3?
There was that movie Welcome Home Somebody, or
Win a Date
with Ted Hamilton.
Okay.
That's the one. And then he was in something else and something else. See, his movies aren't memorable.
Welcome to Mooseport? It wasn't Welcome to Mooseport.
Yeah.
That was
Ray Romano
and Gene Hackman. Yeah. I don't like Topher Grace. It's not like, yeah.
Again,
that's
nothing
fair.
Against him.
Hey.
Other than I don't like him.
Okay. I'm going to tell him.
It's those commercials for his new show. It's like, I'm just like, man, I don't like that guy. Like, I do like he does fan edits, like in his spare time he sits around and like does fan edits of movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think that's cool. I like that.
I remember, yeah.
Man, don't invite him over.
Oh, okay. I won't. I apologize, like, preemptively for inviting Topher Grace to a party. You ready for some more books? Are you calmed down?
I think so.
Okay.
That's a mighty stack of books you got there. Fantastic Four, number 79.
Just talk to yourself in second person?
Nope.
Okay.
Just talking to Topher Grace. Fantastic Four, number 116.
They are my job.
Fantastic Four 122. Featuring Silver Surfer and Galactus. Look at him like he's holding like a lollipop.
Didn't they used to have those when we were kids? Like the popsicles that were kind of shaped like...
I wasn't allowed to have sugar. Fantastic Four 141.
Hey, answer Eric's question.
Nothing you don't already own, I think. I don't think there's any X-Men in here.
I could have sworn when I was a kid they had like man-shaped like popsicles.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
They did. I don't know if Silver Surfer was one.
But it's just that's what it looked like. That's all.
Fantastic Four 141.
Yes. Oh God. I love Franklin Richards.
All right. We're gonna hit some giant sizes. Got giant size Spider-Man number 5 featuring the Man-Thing. Bye, Eric. Giant size Dracula number 2.
Spooky. Oh, that's a pretty cool cover.
It is.
There's a lot going on there.
Giant size Avengers number 3.
Mr. Ashby Stoops is here.
Good evening.
Hi. Welcome, friend.
Master of Kung Fu, giant size. The first team up of Iron Fist and Shang-Chi.
I want to say things about the movie, but I'm not.
Good.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen it yet.
Pretty sure you're sitting next to me. Complaining about the theater.
It was too quiet. One of my favorite Batman stories. I don't think I've ever seen in a trade paperback. If there was one, there isn't anymore. Batman the Cult. Issues 1, 2, 3, and 4. Written by Jim Starlin. Drawn by Bernie Wrightson, one of my favorites. These are all square-bound books. All in excellent condition.
You can get it as a trade. And
Okay.
Amazon has it for $92.53.
$92.53 for the trade paperback from probably 93.
Somewhere around there. But if you want the hardcover, it's only $753.
Okay, good.
I like this image that shows you how big it is.
Yeah.
Like you don't know how big a book is.
King Conan number 1. If you were with us on Monday, these are Monday books.
Ashby wants to know how the movie was. We liked it.
Very, very much so.
The action scenes were great.
We've got King Conan number 1, the first appearance of Conan's son, Khan.
Mm-hmm.
Howard the Duck number 13, first full appearance of the band Kiss in comic books.
But also, Paul doesn't agree with me. I think it could have used some better music.
Shang-Chi?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the music was fine.
Yeah, but it was fine.
I couldn't hear it because the theater was too quiet. Like, my grandparents' TV was louder than that from 1955. Iron Man 219, first appearance of Ghost.
Hey.
As seen in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Not as, because it was a completely different character. Godzilla number 2.
The second Searing issue?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Godzilla number 3, in which he battles the champions. Although I don't see Ghost Rider anywhere.
You already ate him.
Impossible.
Brian Allman. We went to the one in Lakewood Ranch.
Yeah.
Lakewood Ranch 8 or something.
Yeah.
Right there on Main Street.
Main Street, Lakewood Ranch.
Yeah.
Which is hardly a main street. Godzilla 23 versus the Avengers.
What?
Yep. Red Sonja number 1. First issue of a standalone Red Sonja.
Brian Allman says he doesn't know what you're talking about. The audio was great.
At Lakewood Ranch? Awful. Oh, yeah. How was Possessor? I want to see that.
Yeah. You asked us how the movie was. How was your movie, Brian?
Hawkeye number 7. First appearance of Kate Bishop's mother, played by Vera Farmiga in the TV series.
Upcoming.
Upcoming. I've already seen it.
It was not coming.
He
said it was strange.
That's good. All right.
That's not the new James Wan one, right?
No. Possessor was David Cronenberg's son, I think.
Mm.
Infamous Iron Man number 1. Dr. Doom takes over the Iron Man mantle.
Which was better than I thought it was going to be.
Never read it.
Yeah.
I've always heard good things. Bendis can tell a good story.
It made more sense than Superior Spider-Man.
Okay. Well, that's that for that.
Those are those for that. Okay. Mr. John Idson is in the game. First of all, hi.
Good evening.
Let's see what we can do about some deals. Daredevil 9, that's 45. Brian, that's the new Hawkeye 7. It's the first appearance of Kate Bishop's mom. I have like 2 copies of it. And you have 2 copies. Hey. Yeah. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Mr. John Idson, I've got the Hulk. You're going to take Daredevil 9 and Cult. Let's do that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Brian's going to take one of the Hawkeyes.
All right.
Very.
Let me.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I won't.
All right, I'm going to replace that with Doctor Strange number 2. Right there.
Okay. Talk about some books. I'm doing some things here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was too busy enjoying my
God.
ice cold refreshing beverage.
I'm gonna hide all of them in the office.
That's where I spend my days.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a. I don't think it's this Doctor Strange. No, I think it's annual number 2 for Doctor Strange that features the first appearance of some creature that's in Shang-Chi. It's not the one you're thinking of, though.
Okay.
It's not the one I've been looking for.
Okay.
That one shows up in a Thor issue, which I haven't been able to find yet, although I'm pretty sure we've got it. Yes.
Yeah, but see, John getting this Daredevil, which is exactly what the other person was looking for on Monday. This is why you watch the show. This is why you watch the show.
That's why you watch it.
Not for us, because we're awful.
We are. At least that's what my dad says.
Oh, don't. I know how you could have fucking finished that.
I'm not allowed to have a catchphrase. Well,
Am I doing with this? I'm just putting it there?
Yeah, it's for Brian.
Okay.
Brian, she's trying to keep you from getting your Hawkeye.
That is. Oh. Slander.
I'm just saying, put it in his file.
I put it in his file. Brian, we're not doing Mondays every week. It's so the shopping network is pretty full on slots, but because it was a holiday, a few shops gave up those slots just for that day, so we snagged one. we were trying to think about maybe getting another slot on the shopping network, but trying to figure out what's going to work for our schedules versus what's available is.
Yeah, they have very limited available slots.
They've got Thursday at 10 a.m. You want to do that?
I'm here.
You'd be doing it yourself. I'll remote in from my office.
Right.
So yeah, there's a nice little treat.
Yeah, it's sorry that some people didn't see the notification beforehand. We'll try to, when it's not a spur of the moment thing, we will try to let people know ahead of time, which we did. Because on Saturday we said we
did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we'll try to Facebook earlier.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. So it's that time of the night when we're just going to toss out some of the big books.
Expensive books.
They're not physically big.
I don't know why that got me. Really dumb.
And most of these, I think all of these we've shown before, but it's good stuff. The lowest priced one here is going to be Monstrous #1.
Yeah.
One of Image Comics' more popular comics these days.
Well, if we featured these before, I think I might be inclined to do a couple of deals on them. We'll see.
We've got, these two here, these next two are fresh copies of things that we have had featured. Because we definitely just sold this on Monday.
Uh-huh. The water slide.
The water slide, yes. The Havoc water slide. So we got that for $100. First appearance of Mr. Sinister. First full appearance of Mr. Sinister. And this is one that we've had a couple times. But this is, again, a new copy, fresh for us. Marvel Premiere #1. The rebirth of him as Adam Warlock.
I swear, one announcement and that book goes up.
Yeah, well, I think it has gone up. Got it graded out of 4. There is a really upsetting gash on the back. Overall, I had this book rated at 5. I even consulted with the boss man how to grade it, but there's about 1.5 inch pressure rip where it's like crunched up. It's conical. All of the paper is still there, but he advised to drop it by 1 grade point.
Even then, that's still cheap. Another little factoid on there. The debut of that costume, which includes an unnamed emerald, revealed later to be the Soul Stone.
The Soul Stone. Oh, goodness gracious.
Indeed.
And we've got a newsstand copy of the first appearance of Carnage.
John, yes. Monstrous. To your left.
Oh, Monstrous. I thought I saw King come in.
You've had that. Yeah, it's over there. Yeah. Ashby, yeah.
And then we've got a direct copy for $275, a grade up at an 8.
That's a thick book. It is cool, Ashby.
Avengers 181, first appearance of Scott Lang. Venom #3 from Donny Cates' run, first full appearance of Knoll.
So pretty.
Marvel Superheroes #12, featuring the first appearance of Captain Marvel, as well as Jude Law. Mr. Miracle #1, Graded out of 5. This came from that batch that has those 20-cent stickers on it. Thor number 126, which is technically the first issue of Thor. Issue 125 being the last issue of Journey into Mystery. Tales to Astonish number 62. First cameo appearance of the Leader, due to come back in the She-Hulk series.
Mm-hmm.
Secret Wars number 8, graded out of 7. Bloodstone number 1 from Dan Abnett. First appearance of Elsa Bloodstone.
Which, speculation.
2 years ago, this book was dollar bin material.
That's how it happens.
And then lastly, Marvel Special Edition number 15, the first appearance of Shang-Chi. And I'm probably going to have to reprice it.
Look, compare that with the annual behind it.
People like to creep on him.
But yeah, that Bloodstone, that's why most of my books are dollar bin comics, because you never know. You never know.
That's why.
I swear, Mutant X is going to explode.
Yes.
Gen 13, watch out. It was bugging me, so I had to look at that Venom cover. That's Ryan Stegman. I don't know if you knew that.
Yes, I did.
Oh, well. He did a good job.
Stegman has been just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That Venom run is just awesome. His artwork is just gorgeous. That's one of those things that, like, when the Donny Cates Venom omnibus comes out, I'll probably pick it up, even though I'm not a big Venom fan.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that whole breadth of story is just so good.
Well, you're also an omnibus fan.
I am. I like my hardcovers. I like my trade paperbacks.
I know it.
My Cosmic Ghost Rider omnibus came in today.
Yeah.
Very excited for that. Good old space-possessed Frank Castle.
Comics.
Yeah. But yeah, Bloodstone, there's talk of once Blade hits, the Blade movie hits, they're going to really open up that monster verse of theirs. Which, hopefully he gets a cameo in Doctor Strange too. That'd be a really good first appearance.
Yeah.
Especially since vampires in the Marvel, in case you guys didn't know, in the Marvel Universe, vampires are, they were created not by Chthon, but from the Darkhold. So now that we have the Darkhold being introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it opens up a whole realm of macabre funness. Which I'm very excited for.
Okay.
Darkhold.
Well, and then they mentioned vampires specifically in the Loki show.
Yeah, they said there's a vampire. Or vampire virgin or whatever. But, I mean, they also mentioned vampires in Thor Ragnarok.
Actually, he's a Darkhold. And he believes that the intro of the Darkhold was so huge in the MCU.
That's what I'm saying.
I know you. I remember when it came out, you were very excited about it. Oh, cool. John missed the beginning. He wants to know what our favorite books were from the week.
My favorite, I'm going to say 2, because Cinnamon number 2 was, I felt, just as fun as the first issue. If you remember, It's that weird cat book. It's very, very fun. And then Jeff Lemire's Maze book #1, which is very somber. I'm a fan of his artwork, and I just find it stunningly beautiful with its expressionistic simplicity. But like the story is just like it's very somber, it's sad, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Because he's a great storyteller.
Mine was Me Love in the Dark, #2.
By Scotty Young.
Yes, by Scotty Young. It was really very exciting, and I cannot wait to see where the 3rd issue brings us. I've not really seen much of a dynamic between 2 characters like that before. Lonely, tortured artist, who she feels like she doesn't have any creativity, so rents a house. There's a ghost in the house, and she and the ghost maybe become friends, but maybe it's not a ghost.
Oh.
Yeah. The last page was pretty cool.
Maybe it's a cat.
Yep. That one and Not All Robots.
Not All Robots.
#2 is very good. I don't have to. Okay. So let's see. Brian says he was able to get hold of Darkhold and Night Stalkers 1 bagged.
Nice.
So if you have 31 bagged.
Okay. I have been keeping my eye out for that.
We will check it out. And then Ashby wants to know something completely different than we've been talking about. Do we have this?
Star Wars Adventure #9 variant. Let me run out to the front of the store and see.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I can just talk to him later.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Show's all yours, Rose.
I don't know what to do.
Go dance.
I'm not gonna dance. He left me. This is weird. Okay, he's gonna go check for that. While he does, there's Fantastic Four, there's X-Men, Warlock, which is definitely gonna go up in price. Especially, I really think there's gonna be mention of it at least in Guardians 3. Oh yeah, no pressure. Cool. This is weird. Now he's just yelling. He's yelling at an employee of ours. Cool. Oh, he has it. He found it. And I don't have to go up on screen or anything. I wouldn't want that. Can you show the other rack again? Yes, we can. I can do that thing. I'll go on the other rack. I went to the other one. Just crack a couple of jokes.
That's the one you want. I got it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Do you want to do a quick flip through of the first rack we did over there? Okay, we got that for you, man.
All right, so these are these guys. And previously we had this guy. Ninja Turtles #3 second printing. New Mutants #1. Spectre #8. Detective 471. Marvel 2-in-1 Annual #2. Tales of Suspense 99.
The last one.
The last one ever. Until they rebooted it. Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe. First printing. Amazing Spider-Man 200. And then Spider-Girl #0.
Reprint of a What If.
Yep.
And then the start of a whole new character, basically. Annual 2. What's the grade on that one?
That is a 6.
And in this issue, Spider-Man gets yeeted by Thanos.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. It was actually one of those comic like onomatopoeias. As he's doing it says yeet.
Says yeet. Gotcha.
Yeet.
Yes.
That was him being
sure.
Him yelling and it went away. Yeet.
Sure. You should become a Foley artist.
I was about to do one. What? Till Suspense 77. That's the one.
That one up there. That's a 5.
Yeah, it's a 5. We got that at a 5, Ashby. Or all that whiplashing action. Yeah, I'm not good at Foley. My favorite one was like those metal sheets.
The thunder. You ever see the Gene Wilder movie, Haunted Honeymoon?
No.
It's him and like the cast of a radio show, and going out to that's his job. He's a voice actor on a radio show, so there's a lot of behind the scenes Foley stuff, and then he goes off on a haunted honeymoon.
Okay.
It's not great, but it's fun. I think John Candy's in it. In drag.
Okay. So those are books.
Those are books.
These are more books.
These are more books.
Is something going on in the paint store next door? Or is that Thunder? Or is that Foley?
That is the paint store next door. We're right next to a Sherwin-Williams, and they do not care about their walls. And when they get new inventory in, they just throw it. They drive the forklift like right into the wall. It's just so loud.
What do you do? Yeah, the cleaners on the other side are much quieter.
They are. Well, it's because it's just that one woman sitting there smoking.
I don't like that woman.
She's fine. She's nice.
She's mean to me.
She comes in and buys root beer.
She's mean to me. Because one Saturday I wanted to bring in a dress to press, and she said, we don't do cleaning on Saturdays. And I said, then why are you open? And so then we got some of her mail, and I burned it in front of her.
Oh. You're not a very good neighbor.
No. The first part of that's true.
So is the last part.
Hey, that's a book we've had before.
Well, I think it's about that time.
Is it? I think so. Okay.
From all of us here.
First of all, there's 2 of us.
Hunter's still here. Hunter wanted me to say hi to everybody when I went and grabbed that book.
Hunter is our cashier.
Yes, she's our cashier. If we ever do a manga episode.
Whew. I will have to extend this a lot.
Anyway, everybody have a wonderful evening.
Yeah.
If you, as always, if you're still thinking about something and you decide you want it, let Rose know at DS Live. We are going to go home.
Brent says, hello, Hunter. We will say it. Okay. Well, no, we have to pack up. I have to invoice. There's things to do, man.
Oh, no, I'm just leaving.
Yeah. Okay.
Leaving it like this. $100 books just sitting out.
Sure.
Yes. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you Saturday morning, bright and early, 11 a.m. on the Comic Book Shopping Network's Facebook page.
Woo!
Yes. Woo indeed.